Peggy 18.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Big Hunt for World of Warships here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. Once again, I do have to apologize for the quality of the video, but I have only a limited hardware. However, I did manage to get a fun match with the Valkyrie, so I decided, what the hell. I have one episode already up with the Gale, where in the last seconds I managed to grab the key and win, and this one will turn out a bit differently. Especially if you watch the previous video, you will be able to hear me say that in like 90% of the cases, the Leviathans tend to spawn on your left side, and this is one of those rare occasions where they actually spawn on the right side. Now, since we are working with Valkyrie, I have actually a couple of upgrades on this one. I actually have received upgrades for all the accessible mounts for the ship already, and I have been experimenting with some of them, and I have had most success working with the combination of the mortar secondaries and the AP rounds in the primary armament. As we all know, the Valkyrie is actually a reskinned Hindenburg, which is a tier 10 cruiser for the German tech tree, and I have that ship and I love playing that ship. I don't have it fully spaded as of yet, but that just takes time, and lately I did not have that much time anyhow. So the biggest problem which I will be facing are these types of Leviathans, which I'm still trying to take down. The toxic torpedoes or toxic spit which they can cast at you and shoot at you will dish a serious amount of damage, and unfortunately trying to hit their heads with the AP shells will not deal too much damage. They are armored. So here I was able to grab the first boost by killing the two, and here I popped the speed or the turbo in order to get close to these blue kinds of portals, making my way to those blue question marks with the keys. Reason why you need to get here is that there are usually 4 additional Leviathans waiting for you. And as I said on the previous video, when you kill 2 of these, you get yourself a boost. And here I've actually even noticed that even if this kind of Leviathan opens up its jaw to shoot that spit at you, as you can see it here, even if you manage to land those hits when the mouth is open, it will still not do added damage. So you need to aim for those tentacles in order to deal more damage, as you can see here. And unfortunately, sometimes even I manage to miss the shots, so things like this can happen. Yeah, so fortunately, I missed some of the shots. But we should manage to kill these, and so far none of the keys have been claimed. All the players are still in the game, and I am able to get my second boost or the second damage reduction. Now I usually try to build a tanky slash life-stealing or sustainable build for the Valkyrie. This is due to the fact that if you do not manage to get your hands on the key, you want to make yourself as much resistant to damage as possible for the octagon in the remaining stage. And here, because I was not sure if the Leviathan would try to crash into me, I popped the turbo and I'm looking around trying to see if I can find any key close to me, because apparently if you look at the top left corner, one of the lobster-eyed must have been killed, as the key should be somewhere and one of the players has died. And also, yeah, so far I only died once by being rammed by these Leviathans, but I have seen many players get crushed or just like rammed by these creatures, so be on a lookout, don't get a tunnel vision. Here I see that there is someone going after the lobster-eyed who has popped the shield, so he will be taking reduced damage, and I see these secondaries being fired. So my idea is that maybe this Leviathan might hold the key, which needs to be collected. But I need to get close because, as you can see, the range on the gun's primary armament is somewhere around 11 point something kilometers, I do believe. So yeah, here I'm gonna try to kill this smaller one in order to get another boost or another kill. Remember, we are killing the small ones also in order to get some credits for the rewards. Because if you unfortunately do not manage to win either by grabbing the key or the octagon at the end, you are not gonna get that many points, so filling up that bar is definitely helpful. And here, because the Valkyrie has started to shoot at me, I've opened up at it and managed to get 2 Citadel hits in his broadside. Unfortunately, he is escaping, and now I am in a big trouble because this Gale is showing its broadside to me, and he can open up with the torpedoes, and if I get hit by the torpedoes, my current HP levels will go super fast, super down. So I open up at the Gale to try and deter him from opening up on me, and I try to put in some distance in between us while I hunt down this Leviathan. This would be my 6th kill, and if doing so, I should get the 3rd boost for the ship. And the more of them I get, the more sustain or more survivability chance I do have. Unfortunately, I am incapable of dodging the torpedo from it, but thanks to the fact that I have the boost and I have killed a couple of them, I should be able to sustain the damage, and his HP is going down. But what you can notice is a big problem. 3 of the keys have been claimed by now, and this is a big problem. This will mean that as other players, I will need to start playing more aggressively and hunt down the players who have acquired the keys. So here, by dodging the torpedo and killing the Leviathan finally, I will be able to get the 3rd boost. And this time I'm gonna go for the HP regeneration. This is a weird choice for some people, but for me it's actually really important, as if I look at the map, I don't know what's happening. The blue question marks are gone, and I see people shooting at each other close to the portal at the center crystal. So I'm gonna pop the turbo and I'm gonna try to close the distance to some of these to see if I find a player who has acquired the key. Maybe they're trying to hunt him down, and maybe with the opportunity, if it will present itself, I might try to steal it from them. But when I look around on the map, I will realize that there is actually a blue key. So I'm actually hesitating if I should open up on this Valkyrie, but there I see one of the unclaimed keys. So what I decide to do is not engage the other cruiser, but instead turn the ship around, wait for the turbo to get ready, and as soon as it's done, I'm gonna pop it, and I'm gonna head towards that key in order to acquire it. It's definitely more beneficial for you to try and grab the key, and if you are playing with your friends or you are a part of a clan, sure, if you manage to get into the same match, you can try to hunt together the players who possess the keys. I'm not really sure if there are any benefits to what class is better at killing the players, but here I see another Gale moving towards the key. Now, he has already a key, which tells me that there might be more people moving in to acquire it, and I see a lot of shooting going around. So I'm gonna have to be careful on how I do this, especially since I see that this Gale has those dark torpedoes. They are super fast, they deal some nice damage, so yeah, trying to survive his attacks will be difficult, and there are lots of players trying to grab the key. So here you can have multiple options of what you're gonna try to do. I can see that the Valkyrie has acquired the key, but he has popped the shield. So these shells which I'm shooting at him have fortunately landed just after the shield has dissipated. So here I will follow this Valkyrie, but by doing so, I'm also doing one massive mistake. I'm getting a tunnel vision, and because I don't know with whom he is in team, remember, he can be in a group or in team with that Gale. So, because I'm not paying attention and I'm shooting at the Valkyrie here, I don't notice or realize that the Gale has opened up and shot the torpedoes towards me. So as I'm trying to chase after, suddenly my broadside gets hit by a couple of torpedoes. I pop in the boost in order to speed up, but unfortunately I don't manage to dodge these shots from the Valkyrie, so I try to pursue. At least the coral is between me and the Gale, so he was not able to angle on me and he was anticipating where I will go, so the first two salvos of the torpedoes have missed. But now he can launch two additional salvos, which he's doing right here, and because I'm turning, I'm gonna take a bunch of these torpedoes into my broadside, getting to half of my HP. Now he's showing me his broadside, so I'm gonna open up, but I'm also gonna angle my ship around. Now I am in a big pickle now. I can easily die here even with the 3 boosts and end up losing the match. And here you can see there are 3 players with the key. 2 Valkyries, or 1 Valkyrie, 1 Gale, and that other ship. So I pop a heal, I pop the turbo, and I start to try and run away, making it look like I would have rammed the other player. And here I see another Valkyrie engaging the enemy, so I try to offer him a team. He actually accepts it in the last moment, which saves me, honestly, because now there are 2 of us versus 3 of them, and now we can somehow try to level up the playing field and try to kill one of these players in order to acquire that pesky key. But unfortunately, because there are way too many torpedoes in the water, I have to try and dodge as many of them, still taking lots of damage. And I'm not really sure what's the case with that status, like the thermometer or what so, if those torpedoes are causing overheating or what that is, but yeah, someone has to let me know in the comment section. So here I actually go for a repair. I did put on the turbo in order to put this coral in, or this small island in between me and the other players, so that I can turn around and start chasing the players who possess the key, because we have a problem. The replays do not show actually what's the current countdown, but what I can assume is that the portal in the center will soon start to open up. So I will need to hurry the hell up, because these guys are gonna start to make their way towards the portal. So by putting in some shells into the broadside of the Gale, I do manage to get in some decent hits, even a couple of citadels, and yeah, you can see that the HP bar is going down, but my ally here is taking in those torpedoes, and they can damage you rather more. So definitely trying to avoid all of those torpedoes, prioritizing the Valkyrie who is showing me the broadside. I'm trying to create at least some form of a distance or separate one of these players from the rest of his group. These 3 can be all working together for all I know in order to get to the center. They all possess the key. The 3 keys are currently all located in one sector of the map, and me and the other player in the team are trying to get rid or kill at least one of them in order to steal it. So as you can see, I'm working towards trying to take down the Valkyrie's HP. However, I need to be mindful of the fact that the Gale is behind the island. And because I don't know how he is facing, I have to make sure that I'm not showing my full broadside or pop out behind the island to a full salvo of torpedoes. And as you can see, the portal is now opened. The players are moving in to the center, so we have a fairly limited amount of window. I even tried to shoot through that small opening in between those corals to try and hit the Valkyrie. I unfortunately miss, so I unfortunately won't be able to catch up to him. He's behind the island, the second salvo won't hit. I have 7 point something seconds on the cooldown for the speed, and I see that the player with whom I am allied is shooting at a completely different player who is taking a bunch of torpedoes to its broadside. Apparently he tried to steal the keys too, but yeah, that did not work out the best for him. And as these two are gonna enter the portal, the rest of us are gonna be moved to the octagon. And this is why it's important for you to think of the boosts or talents which you pick for your ship. You see, when you are transported to the octagon, mostly what I've noticed is that it's Valkyries who are left here. Not that many Gales tend to end up here. I'm not really sure if it's due to the aggressiveness of the players or the fact that you need to get so close in order to make the torpedoes more effective, but anyhow, I see that this guy is starting to shoot at my allies. So since we are still in a team, I'm gonna try to go and support him, but he's not the only one who is shooting at him. So I will open up at the Valkyrie, who probably won't have that many upgrades just by assuming, or that is my assumption, because of his skin. I know that I have some changes because I have the blue skin. Basically, if you choose some of these perks and talents and change the equipment of your ship, the color changes. So there are like 3 variants. There is this light blue greenish, there is this dark and blue, and there is this orange kind. And yeah, unfortunately my ally did not make it, so I'm gonna try to avenge him by opening up at the ship which is closest to me. My HP is so far looking good. Not that many ships are opening up at me, and here I managed to acquire a kill, and I will go with the vampirism, and also I will go with the HP regeneration. Yeah, so I'm trying to make myself as sustainable as possible, and I have also gone with the reload speed on the consumables. This way, I might be able to pick up the heals much faster, because this person apparently picked up rapid fire, so he is able to use his primary armament in rapid succession, shooting at me, hitting me a couple of times, which is why I popped the turbo, trying to get behind the pillar, try to take as least amount of damage as possible, try to get out of sight, out of mind, hoping that the other 2 players will open up on each other, leaving me hell alone. I do have a fire on the front of the ship. I'm taking in shells, but thankfully, thanks to the reduction of the damage dealt, I don't manage to die yet. And thanks to the fact that I have the vampirism, I'm able to actually steal some health by shooting at the enemies. So here I'm gonna pop the turbo too. I'm gonna try to get behind this coral, try to put something in the way of the 2 shooting at me, because they kind of grouped up. I am the player with the lowest health, and that is why they are targeting me. If you see the weak link, you're gonna try to go at it. That's the thing which I did at the start of the octagon. I see a player with a low HP, he was going after my ally, so I started to go after him. Now this coral has this weird little island part over here, so I have to go out of the blue line, and here I'm a little confused about how it actually works. So like in other battle royale types of games, I think if you stay there for some time, you die or something, right? Or like your HP is being decreased. But here I just have not noticed that much of a chance. I'm not really sure if it's thanks to the 6 upgrades which I have on me, which is making me such a pain in the ass to kill. So I keep trying to survive, I keep shooting at the other 2 players, I keep recovering my HP, and somehow I managed to get in between the 2 ships, and I managed to get also into the center of the circle. So I am now moving in. Most of these shells were bouncing off me. The secondaries, I don't really think they are stealing that much health, but they are definitely helping at this time. So because I can now start shooting and I am closest to the center, now it's the question of the chances. Will I or will I not survive? I see this one is actually recovering. He is on my side. I can open up with my primary armament at him. So I start shooting. Circle starts to close in between us. The other player is on my other side. I do not see him. I am really low on HP, and for some reason, the third player, for some reason, just explodes. And this leaves the last 2 of us, and because I have so many boosts, I am able to somehow win this. The only reason why I do believe I was able to sustain myself for so long was thanks to the things or the equipment which I picked up. And if you are interested to know what is the reward for winning Octagon, it's actually 10,000 credits. I'm not really sure if the credits which you get for killing the creatures are added to your prize, or what's the actual reward when you get the key. If somebody knows, please let me know in the comment section. I will definitely appreciate it. Otherwise, I would have to do like a probably countdown of all the matches which I had so far in this event, and like count how many times did I win with the key, how many times did I die, or just the overall percentage or how it's calculated would be annoying as heck. So if you know, let me know. Also, if you feel like you enjoyed the content, feel free to check out the channel. The only content which I have so far for World of Warships was when the submarines were launched, so that was a whole lot of fun. It's more like how not to play the submarines, but currently I believe there might be some testing for them too. Not really sure they will be permanently implemented. There are far more better channels for World of Warships, but eventually when I will upgrade my system, I'm definitely planning on bringing some fun content for the game because it's a lot of fun. So if you are not playing it, go check it out, it's for free. You can create an account, or if you have a friend playing, he can recommend you so that he can get some rewards out of that. You know, be a friend, think about these things. And yeah, if you did like the episode, give it a like. Once again, I do apologize for the video, and this time maybe even the audio quality for the replay. Like I said, limited hardware, so it's kind of a struggle, but eventually I'm really hoping I will be able to bring a whole lot more fun content. So if you like what I do here, consider subscribing or just check out the channel, link is in the description. I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day, and hopefully I will see you in the comments or at the next one. Thank you for watching, stay safe, have fun, enjoy the big hunt,